Welcome to our podcast. I'm Jess.
I'm Mandy.
And we are drama bonded. And today, I know you guys can't see this, but we're in the same room.
Bow, bow, bow.
So fun.
Yeah.
How's things?
Side note, sorry the sound's been bad. I'm gonna get my shit together and work on that. But
It turns out equipment to podcast well is like not cheap. And, we're still just trying to figure out best practices.
I'm gonna work on it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what else? You're going to work on podcasting equipment.
And I brought you back
Candy reviews with Candy and Jess.
candy.
Where did you go?
I went to Montreal to visit my cousin.
How was it?
It was so good. You guys, Montreal is so fun. It feels very European. Beyond just the French language, just the vibe there. It's so artsy and liberal, and I don't know. Everything I ate was gold, and they have great candy. I wish I had brought more back. But of course, I'm like, I'm going to get another bag of those. And then all of a sudden you're on an airplane and you didn't get another bag of those.
Yeah, story of my life. Big cities are great for that. I feel like, especially, Canadian, European countries for some reason have better candy and much better food. And we've got like an okay food scene, but when you travel, you sort of realize what we're missing out on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you got me a fruity bunch of bananas or grape de banana.
Jess loves banana candy.
Love banana candy.
And so when I saw it was just a bag of gummy bananas, I had to get it for Jess.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Looking out for my best candy interests always. They're delicious. I love these gummy bananas kind of generally. I've gotten them a few different places, and these are right on up there with everything else I've ever had.
I like how big and chewy they are.
Yeah, and they've got the citric acid on the outside of them, but they're not in any way, shape, or form sour. It's like a texture thing. It just gives it like a little bit of sugary crunch to go with the sweetness of the banana. They're amazing.
Yeah, big fan.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish that bag as soon as we're done here. I've wanted candy all weekend and I've not gotten it until now.
Perfect.
Yeah, so thank you. That was very nice of you. Anything else going
New?
on? New? You traveling? Your job's going good?
No.
Nothing. Yeah.
How about you?
I guess kind of things are like in the works, but at the moment, no, nothing particularly. Just getting through life.
But there is new stuff on television,
Yeah.
and we are here to talk about it.
All about it. Let's start with Love Island, the reunion.
Okay, what did you think?
Hot mess. Hated it. So weird. I have like very little nice things to say that I feel like I would feel comfortable saying on our podcast. If you really want my hot takes, call me. But otherwise, I don't want to get sued particularly, but I feel like the reunion just was an embodiment of how bad this cast was.
I think that's true.
Like whatever production did, they did it wrong. Don't do this ever again.
I was really disappointed because I heard that it was going to be good. And as I was watching it, I was very underwhelmed. And so I don't know if I kind of had high expectations or if it was just really not good.
I felt like the pacing was wrong. I felt like the things they chose to focus on did not make a lot of sense to me. Yeah, and everybody seemed so off. Like, I don't know. None of the cast seemed like they really wanted to be there.
That is true.
Huda maybe was the only one having the most fun, and she shouldn't have been
Well, that's because she's an entirely new person now.
after a month of
She's
self-reflection.
done a lot of work.
Oh my God. Huda. She was just kind of embarrassing overall. Also makes me sad. She's like 25 and getting a ton of Botox and like can't even move her face.
Oh, yeah. That didn't surprise me.
Oh, I hated it.
I mean, she had like a significant nose job.
They all have.
I know, but I'm saying like right before she went on the show.
Oh, I didn't realize it was so timely.
Yeah, it was like only a couple months before she went on the show. And that's actually why when Chris hit her in the face with the pillow, she was freaking out.
It
because
actually hurt.
I don't think it's necessarily about hurt, but like when it's healing, it's, like, more susceptible to not healing correctly if it, you know,
Oh, yeah.
it's, like, hit by something.
Right. Okay. That makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah. She
Hmm.
talked about that on a podcast that I did not finish. Um, I think I that was the Call Her Daddy podcast maybe, and I was listening to it because I wanted to hear her takes on Shelly and Alandria bullying her. I think is that the podcast you mentioned that on?
Yeah. And
But
whatever. I still don't feel like Huda did any decent job really addressing that. I really think she did Shelly and Alandria dirty and did not really do much at the reunion to take accountability.
no. What did you think of Okay, first of all, I did love her and Jeremiah exchanging thoughts about their relationship on the show, and I loved Jeremiah asking her, like, "Do you think that I love bombed you?" And her being like, "Yes, I do." And him being like, "Do you know the definition of love bombing?" And I don't remember what was said, but basically it was like intentionally
Yeah,
showering someone with affection and love and verbal affection to manipulate them. And she's like, "I don't think you like intentionally did it." And he's like, "You but that's like part of the definition."
I don't know if I mean maybe Jeremiah knows more than I do, but I kind of view that in the same line of like manipulation. Like even if you're not intentionally trying to manipulate somebody, it doesn't mean that you're not
Yeah.
if you are. And so I do think similar we've had this conversation like you can show narcissistic tendencies without being a narcissist. He can do things that are love
Yeah,
bombing
totally.
without being a love bomber, but it can still read that way depending on the circumstances.
But the thing is, and I agree with everything you're saying, but I think Huda was doing that just as much to him as he was to her. I don't think
Oh,
she was like a victim in Jeremiah's manipulation.
yeah, I do think that they definitely were not good together.
Yeah, like I
And
feel like
but
they
it
were meeting each other with the same.
but also nobody needs to be a perfect victim, and I think that they can both be victims of each other's toxicity and bad behavior, and that is a very real thing. Like just because you've got two people feeding into it also doesn't mean that it's not a problem.
Yes, but only one of them was exhibiting like verbal abuse.
Word. And that was definitely Huda. Yeah. I mean, we know the whole season she just was dysregulated and not good and should not have been. It does sort of make me question the producers even casting her on the show. And this may be a really hot take and it'll be the only time that I say it, but like I also find it deeply offensive that the show would cast a Palestinian woman probably knowing that she shouldn't be on this show because I don't think that that helps what's currently going on. And no culture is a monolith. No person can represent an entire group of people. But I think they set Huda up to fail. I think they set it all was bad. She should have never been on TV. Like she is just clearly not a healthy human being. And I hate that she was. It makes me kind of mad. So
Yeah, but I don't know. I agree. But I also don't know if like the producers knew to what extent she was unhealthy.
you have to take like wellness tests, like you have to pass things to be on television. And reality TV producers are notorious for throwing that out the window and letting somebody be on a show who shouldn't be on a
Well,
show.
yeah, we know that.
And so I don't know. I'm willing to give Huda grace in the sense of girl needs to get to therapy. She is not well. She clearly played into a lot of things, was verbally abusive. She needs to not be on TV, but I do think that I'm more inclined to blame production than I am for Huda for that situation.
I agree.
So, yeah, and I don't know. Overall, it was very unsatisfying her at the reunion. It was weird. Um,
I thought her response to Alandria's comment about why she didn't speak up on behalf of Alandria and Shelley in regards to like the racist comments that her fans were making was bullshit.
I went on a podcast. Okay, but it wasn't Call Her Daddy.
No.
So, some random ass podcast, respectfully, as a random ass podcast, like that doesn't count.
No, you should go on your platform and you should address it.
Yeah, and if those are your girls, you do that. But Huda's up there with AAVE. She's calling them bitches. She's doing all this stuff to like be part of, this cool black girl aesthetic, and then is also not willing to show up as an ally in the ways that she needed to. And it just was like it makes all of her behavior feel even more gross and performative and like to her benefit and to her benefit alone.
Well, yeah, and even her responding with, "Well, like, I've experienced racism too." I feel like
Oh,
that makes it even, like, more surprising that she wouldn't be impacted by
yes.
those comments and wouldn't rise to the occasion and comment, to her fan base and use her power as a public figure to, like, stand for something.
Absolutely.
I just was like, "What does saying that accomplish?"
Yeah,
What,
it's
so because shitty people are racist towards you, that somehow validates you making a shitty decision and not standing behind your friends?
yeah, no, it makes no sense. She just the mental gymnastics that she did to get to there
She just
was
doesn't take accountability about anything.
no, she doesn't. Huda is perpetually a victim. She is perpetually somebody who I don't know. I can't even really fully grasp where Huda operates from, but she's not well. And I don't it seems like maybe she's going to be on her TV again. Like why couldn't she make comments about who she's dating?
Oh, well, she could. I think that was just,
Deflection.
yeah, because I
Wild.
think Netflix came out and said there's,
No, we didn't tell her that.
yeah.
Interesting. Ugh.
I think that was her just coming up with a thing so that she didn't have to talk about it. I mean,
Huda.
and maybe it was also a clever tactic of getting herself attention.
Oh yeah, it worked. Yeah, and I think that is another thing that Huda really wants is just attention.
Yeah, well, she's getting it.
For
Uh,
sure.
was Austin on drugs?
Oh my god.
His responses.
The only note that I have on Austin in my notes is Austin is an effing moron.
I just, well, I do think he was on something, and I don't think he was paying attention.
He wasn't paying attention. He zoned out that whole talk about Ace. And was it the conversation around Ace just
Yeah,
like not even present?
yeah. Which is interesting because in the villa, he was very opinionated about the Ace thing
So opinionated. Yeah.
because he
Austin,
thought that Ace was the reason why Jeremiah got eliminated.
I mean, they weren't wrong,
No,
right? Like that does seem to kind of
but I
still
just thought he
track.
would want to like speak to that more, and he's like, "Wait, what?"
Huh? Yeah. He didn't want to be there. I kind of got the feeling that a lot of them didn't want to be there, which fair. That seems really stressful and miserable. So, but yeah, I didn't need Austin at that reunion. They could have saved his flight money, put it towards something else. What did you think of Taylor's apology to Olandria?
Lackluster, embarrassing.
So embarrassing to the point where Ace had to like ask if they're supposed to clap. And out of shame or like embarrassment, I don't know, like everybody just sort of clapped as like a transition. It was so bad.
Taylor wasn't sorry.
No, you're still my dog is not an apology. And she was so surprised that those words came out of his mouth.
Also, don't call a girl that had feelings for you your dog.
Ew. Yeah. Yeah. I
Ew.
know. That was really just genuinely, I am so embarrassed for Clark. Like, girl, you're so cool. Why are you with Taylor? I don't know. This is not a good look for him.
What did you think of Ace's response to things?
Man, I don't know. I Ace is so interesting to me. I want to like him and I think that there are instances where I see a side of him where I'm like, "Oh, okay, I kind of get it." And but then like there's all these other times where I'm just like, "Dude, you're 22 years old. You're kind of full of yourself. Your story's changing all the time." And respectfully to him and Shelly, like Shelly, I like them both. I think they're great together. I love Shelly,
Adorable couple.
but the timeline is always changing. They're just, I don't know that it's working for me. And I hate it because I would like them if they're happy together, they should be together. But I don't know that I buy it
Agreed. I think he there
because
is
of him.
There is something, like, effortlessly charming about Ace that I do like. I do appreciate how well-spoken he is, I do appreciate his confidence. I see his big dick energy, like, through the screen. Like, it's not lost on me why he's the ringleader.
Yeah.
That being said, he's also not consistent. I think there's something kind of slithery about him because he's, like, just as confident when he's obviously lying as is when
Yes.
he's telling the truth.
Yeah, and, like, I didn't love his response to Amaya. Like, there are just still some, like, misogynistic things, and I'm like, "Oh, red flag for me."
Yeah. I apparently men don't have to wear shirts under blazers now.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, I'm not complaining. I thought
nobody looked bad.
nobody looked bad, but I was like, "Whoa, this is a trend I didn't know about."
Yeah,
Educated.
we've evolved. Do they wear socks? We're
Probably
just wearing
not.
less and less under suits. No
They're
socks,
probably
no
wearing more in
shirt.
underwear.
Why?
Yeah,
You know?
be comfy.
I don't know if that's actually comfy. I find underwear to be very comfortable. At least the underwear I wear are comfortable. So when
I
people
think
don't, I don't know, maybe I'm wearing the wrong clothes, but I need underwear.
I think some men like going commando.
Good for them. I mean, good for anybody, right? Like YOLO.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did think everybody looked really good though. I appreciate that they weren't just showing up in like basic black tuxes or suits.
Yeah.
Everybody was wearing some fun stuff. Charlie in his blue. Jeremiah was also in a shade of blue. Wasn't it lighter blue or was he in white?
I don't remember.
Nick was in some like rose gold getup.
Oh yeah, him and Alandria matched.
Oh, they look so good
So
together.
good.
Yeah. Love them together. I still even I know everybody's like really questioning where they stand on things, but like I don't know. Nick's treating her so right and I just love it for her. I think that even if they're not genuinely a couple, I love that that is a friendship built out of adoration for one another and how much he just is happy to be her wingman.
They just started a podcast together, so
They did?
I feel like that's a sign of commitment.
Yeah. You have to like each other to podcast together. That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
fun. I did not know that.
I think it's about like modern love. I don't remember the name of it.
Okay.
I appreciated Andy being the host. I as much as I like Ariana, I think that because he's done so many reunions, I feel like he paces things a little bit better and pushes things along when they need to be pushed along.
Yes.
And I feel like he's willing to ask a little bit more forward of questions, which I don't think Ariana. I mean, one, she may not just be comfortable with it, but two, that's kind of his brand.
Yeah, and I do think that that worked. There was a moment I don't love that, Shelly and Coco were kind of having this, like, back and forth, like, I could have done without all of that. I
Same.
don't really feel like I gained anything from those interactions, but I did love when, Coco was starting to talk and Andy, like, tried to shut it down, and she's like, "Nope, you're gonna let me talk." And he's like, "Okay." The man knows when to back off too, and I
Totally.
respected it, and I loved it. I had to, like, rewind and watch him get shut down again. Yes. Tell him, Coco. But I am with you. I think he did a great job.
I think he's probably used to a lot of women shutting him down since he is hosting Housewives reunions.
Oh, yeah. Right. So he's also so comfortable in high stress situations, and that, like, really comes through.
Yeah.
So I hated, and I don't know, we can talk about this. We don't have to talk about this. I don't love that Nick is ghosting Sierra. Like, I get maybe the other Islanders not wanting to reach out, but like Nick had sex with her multiple times. There were clearly feelings there. There was something there. And if Iris can go get closure with TJ, Nick can do the respectful thing and talk to Sierra to sort of like get that closure. And I don't think that I respect or appreciate that he's just like not reaching out to her.
I agree. I Do we know if she's reached out to him and he hasn't responded?
I don't know.
Um if she's not initiating things with him, I don't know if I think he has to initiate things with her, but if she's, like, making an effort to get that closure and he was not, engaging with it, that would be frustrating.
Hmm. I still think he should reach out. I just like I feel like they had enough of a connection that it feels that gives me the ick that he's just like not going to put that all to rest.
Well, welcome to dating in 2025, Jess.
Good lord. Yeah, that sucks. Um ghosting is shitty, don't do it.
I don't know. I agree, but also if she is ghosting too, then I think it's like a mutual fizzle.
Totally. And I don't know the sides of it, but Nick not reaching out just didn't sit well with me.
And also, we don't know. Maybe Alandria asked him not to.
Yeah, I don't she doesn't seem like the type. And maybe she didn't. And good for Nick for, you don't throw her under the bus for that. You just keep your reasons to your close to your chest. But from what I know, I am
I mean,
judging him a
Sierra
little
did
bit.
go on Instagram and like comment some shady things about him. And I don't know if I'm just saying, like, if I was him, I wouldn't respond to that either.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I disagree, but also I'm not dating. It's really easy for me to step back and
I'm
be like,
like, yeah, none of this really surprises me.
oh, I hate it. Did Jeremiah turn like absolutely beet red when asked about Bella?
Oh yeah, totally.
I was so surprised. I was like, is he okay? And I couldn't tell if I could not quite read that response. I was also watching on like my cell phone, which is teeny tiny. So I couldn't I can't see the best of color and things, but he didn't look like he was well
Oh no,
as that was going on.
no.
I've heard rumors that they're dating.
She kind of shut that down though.
She did, but then I swear it was like something today that
Oh,
was like,
okay.
is this a hard or soft? I don't know. Hard or soft launch? I don't know how this works. Soft launch.
Wow, they would be a beautiful couple.
Stunning.
Like what?
Also, I just have to say, I think Jeremiah was the winner of all of this. Like, that man has started a book club
Oh, I heard about
and he
that.
like engages with his fans and participates in these book clubs. And I love that. And he seems for everything that went wrong between him and Huda, he does seem like he has come out of the house and has been able to not the house, I'm thinking of Big Brother, out of the villa. And has taken accountability, is talking about things, and is sort of just also continued to be the most authentically himself
Yeah, I agree.
out of everybody, which is surprising.
I wish we had seen more of that on the show because I
Yeah,
will admit, like, I was not impressed with Jeremiah.
me either. But this version of Jeremiah, like in the real world, is like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no, totally.
So, yeah. And I guess that also always just begs the question or like brings up how much production influences edits, what we see, what we don't see. And then you have to remember, even though we're getting, 5 hours a week of Love Island, they're there 24/7 for months. So we get such a narrow view of everything. It's just really hard to know overall, like who we see on TV versus who they are in real life is just, you can't really discern.
No, that is totally
So,
fair.
and I think Jeremiah is a surprising, result of that. Like, oh, okay. Happy to see him doing well.
Same.
Is there anything else about the reunion or anything about the reunion you want to talk about that stuck out to you?
No.
Yeah.
I'm glad that season is over.
Ugh.
And it seems like the longer we go on, more and more people are breaking up, are not friends anymore. It seems like the whole cast is
They're done with each other too.
it's a dumpster fire.
Yeah. We can be done with them. They
Let's
can be
move
done with each
on.
other. We're done.
Yep.
Until next year. Okay. Well, should we talk about Big Brother?
Big Brother.
I love it. Yes. Oh my God, Big Brother is giving and giving.
Okay, I heard Felicia say this on our HAP podcast.
She makes me laugh.
Oh, well, yes, she's fabulous. But I think it was a good point because as annoying as the season has been, I've truly enjoyed the fact that the voting has been so up in the air.
So up in the air.
Because I remember the first season I watched, which was 25.
Yeah.
Everyone voted together almost
Mhm.
the entire season. I would like fast forward through the votes because it was so fucking boring.
Yeah.
And this season, it's like, who the fuck knows what's going to happen?
Honestly, Riley getting voted out was one of the most fun moments of Big Brother because the whole week Mickey had been like, I'm not going to vote Riley out. I'm going to vote Morgan out. And it was just like, oh, damn, that sucks. Like, Morgan thinks Mickey is her friend and she's going to vote her right out. And then Mickey came in and voted for Riley. And I was like, are we doing it? Is it happening?
It's
He's
happening.
leaving. Ava seemed so conflicted. And I honestly did not know how that was going to go.
Dude,
And
that
like,
was sketchy.
what? So fun.
So fun.
So incredible. Oh my God. And I'll be real. I was so excited that Mickey won that blockbuster. I was like, this is it. This is what I wanted. Morgan and Riley on the block together. These are big players. Like, if one of them goes, but like, I needed Riley to go, and Riley left. It was amazing.
I was really wanting Mickey to go home, but I will settle for Riley.
Yeah, Mickey is such an interesting player. Like, she's kind of mellowed out, but it is definitely hard to like.
It might be too little too late, though.
Oh, yeah. I still think for sure. And I mean, I don't know though. Between Kelly and Mickey, I would think that Mickey would still be a better jury member than Kelly.
Oh, I agree.
I think it's stupid that they haven't gotten Kelly out.
I think it's hilarious.
I do too. I mean, it's killing me. She needed to go and she's still there and she's just fucking all the shit up.
Well, nobody seems to be worried about her, but also she's not going anywhere.
No. Also, hilariously, Kelly today or yesterday, this isn't a big spoiler at all, genuinely did not know how the live feeds work. Just like Riley. So Vince explained to Kelly, she's like, well, they can't hear us all the time. Like right now, they can't hear us. And Vince is like, what? No, they can hear us all the time. You see, this is a microphone. And the live feeds are just on. And Kelly's behavior changed drastically.
Girl,
upon
it's too
learning
late.
it's way too late. So too late.
How did so? I mean, I know when Riley got eliminated, and Julie said something about like him wanting to marry Catherine, and he was like, "Oh, you heard that?" He genuinely didn't know how the live feeds work.
This happens every year. And I don't know.
How do you sign all these things? Are these people just not reading them?
I think honestly, if you're a Big Brother fan, you know, the super fans go into the house and they understand the live feeds because they watch the live feeds. So they get how this works. But then you get these people who think that they're really big fans who don't watch the live feeds and seem to think that like they're not actually recording the whole time. It's like, how do you think they put this show together? It is just because they record you the whole time and then they are able to piece together either the actual story or a version of a story or some, in Riley's case, like some made up story. You know, like it's kind of delusional that they don't realize that, no, yes, you're right. We don't see everything, but we see enough.
We see a lot.
More than we want to sometimes.
Oh, that just gave me anxiety for Kelly.
Yeah, especially with her going around trying to like make Rachel out to be some mean, horrible person while Kelly is actually the one who's going around saying like horrible things about Rachel and her kids not being proud of her and her husband not being proud of her. And it's like, Kelly. She even tried, and you're not allowed to do this. She tried to use production as a strategy by telling Vince that production showed her the clip of what Rachel said to her. And Vince was like, that's He didn't say anything, but you could kind of tell he just was like, no, that's production didn't show you anything. That's not how this works. So I think Kelly is in for a rude awakening outside of this house.
Well, she keeps winning shit. So
I
she's gonna
know.
stay
She's
in the house.
wild. I know. It's killing me.
I was really underwhelmed at how sorry, we're jumping all over the place. But the last blockbuster that Kelly won, I was really underwhelmed with the complexity of that game.
Yeah, here's the deal. I think because I thought about that too. I was like, this isn't that hard, but because it's live, they can't make it super hard because sometimes people get really dumb and they can't have that go for 10 minutes. So it's just like they have to make it just hard enough, but ultimately easy enough that somebody's going to solve that in like a minute or two because it's live TV.
Hmm.
And I don't know how much we really need live evictions because also that vote, why do we need half the show for the votes?
We don't.
So, like, don't have it live. Let the blockbuster be more complex. Speed through those votes. I don't need to hear everybody shout outs. That drives me up a wall. We can wrap that up in like 10 minutes. But they're never going to.
No.
But I do think we're almost done with the BB blockbuster though.
Okay, yeah.
Because at some point there just can't be 3 people going up on the block because that would be like the whole house.
Yeah, so how are you feeling about people's games right now?
Um Hot take, I'm liking Vince a lot more, even though Vince is very pathetic. I love a self-interested player. And I don't think this is the good strategy, but it is a strategy.
It's an entertaining strategy to watch.
Oh, incredible to watch. So I'm here for Vince on my television. Morgan's really surprised me. I think she's playing really hard, maybe a little too hard in some instances. Like, girl, just take a step back. Don't say that often, but she's really great. I'm getting really kind of tired of Ava.
Oh, really?
Respectfully, as somebody who would also just nap in the house, Ava, come on. I need you to start playing.
Oh my gosh. Lauren and
Ashley,
Ashley having that conversation while Ava was napping.
so funny.
That was great.
Oh, incredible. And that Ava was not asleep.
No.
God, does nobody know to look for people? I don't get it. Because who did that last year? Wasn't it Leah was laying up on kind of the top patio part outside above the
Totally.
pool table. And it was Rabina and Chelsea, maybe. So funny. And then they were trying to determine if they were like talking loud enough that she could hear, and she could absolutely hear. It was so good. Like anybody goes on Big Brother, check the room.
Well, and that happened again on this episode when Ashley like marched in and was like, if it's Kelly and you, Catherine, you got my vote.
And Kelly is
And-
like laying depressed on the bed, like right there.
Ashley's response.
I also appreciated that Catherine was just like, Ashley! Ashley's game is also really impressive to me. Like, I wish she would have done this a little different, but she does have the best reads in the house. I think she can really kind of step back and see big picture, but her playing dumb isn't really working for her.
Yeah,
I think it
agree.
actually like gets her into more trouble than it keeps her out of trouble.
I agree. And I feel like she needs to start flipping her gameplay like now.
Yes. And then I'm obsessed with Rachel. I kind of appreciate that old style of Big Brother, just like no fear. What are we doing? We're not playing scared. We're not here to be the nicest. We're here to play Big Brother.
Yeah.
What about you?
Oh my gosh, Rachel following people around so they can't have conversations.
Gold. Hey, Morgan. Hey, Morgan. And Morgan being like, I'm trying to have a conversation about the veto. And like, no, duh, Morgan. Rachel knows. This is intentional. So
Or her
good.
not leaving the room so that Kiana could talk to Vince.
Amazing. She knows how to do it. This is what we want to see.
It's such an interesting contrast to the way the rest of the people are playing the game.
Yeah, I'm not loving, and it's so funny. Rob called it out, and Rob has a podcast maybe this past week. But I'm also tired of like, I'm not going to say anything bad about this person sitting next to me. Please say something bad about them. Like, please play
We're
more.
competing.
Yeah, this isn't who's the nicest in Big Brother. This isn't who can have all the most friends. Like, this is a game for $750,000. Please lie. Please backstab. Please figure out how you're going to get to the end in a way that, like, is entertaining to watch.
Totally.
Being really nice just isn't it. And also, what are any of these people going to say in their final speeches?
Not a lot.
Yeah. It's like going to be if Kelly gets to the final two, she's just going to be Mackenzie
Yeah.
all over again.
Well, I won a lot of things.
And I also got completely manipulated.
And God.
Oh, yeah. Um, is anybody like have you learned to love somebody? Are you sick of somebody? Where are you at with these guys?
I mean, I'd like to talk about your opinion on if Vince not backdooring Rachel was the right thing.
I mean, from my standpoint, thank God he didn't. But honestly, from his game, yeah, I don't know. I think that probably was pretty stupid.
I think it was stupid too.
Because I think that of everybody in the house, you've got Morgan, Vince, and Rachel who are pretty good at this game. I mean, kind of. Comparatively, the bar is very low in the house. But I do think that with Rachel gone, Vince has a better chance of running things. And with Rachel there, not a shot in hell.
I also just feel like Morgan's argument about we just made, what is it? The judges,
Mm-hmm.
the 5-person alliance. I know she's like, we have to stick with this, da 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 da. But no alliance has stuck to anything this season. So
Yeah,
why would you
suddenly
put
sticking.
any trust into that?
Yeah, and it was pretty clear that was going to fall apart. And I mean, it has.
I mean, I'm glad Rachel's still on the show, but I think it was a
I
bad
am
game
too.
move for Vince.
Oh, yeah, it's wild. It's also so stupid. So stupid of all of these players that Rachel has not touched the block yet.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with all of them? Like, you guys are so dumb. You all deserve to lose. Nobody should win. We should just call it.
Well, and Vince being like, everyone's gonna see that I just wasted my HOH and ruined my game. And I'm kind of like, yeah, you did.
Yeah, why did you let Morgan talk you into that?
Because I think he's got a hard on for Morgan.
Yeah.
And I think Morgan kind of ran Vince's HOH.
Oh, 1,000% Morgan ran that HOH. Yeah, I do think it was stupid. I'm glad Rachel's still in the house. I'm very excited about it. But in terms of gameplay, yeah, it's stupid that nobody's put her up yet or tried to get her out. Because also at the end of it, like even Catherine saying on her way out that she would have voted for Rachel if Rachel had been sitting at the end just sort of out of spite. And like, yeah, that is actually the right answer because everybody is playing so stupid to not get her out before then.
Yeah.
Or thinking that they could take her to the final two and that she wouldn't be able to convince people that she has played the best game. Because she is.
On that note, I'm really frustrated. I mean, I know Keanu's stupid, but I'm really frustrated that he's so easily manipulated that one conversation with Lauren and Catherine made him turn on Rachel so quickly. Just because, while, yeah, kind of like what you're saying, a good part of that is true. But I also think that Keanu's resume isn't nothing.
No, his wins, and he does seem to like, he does have some kind of a good social game. Like it, I mean, he's on the block, but it works. He's working it.
Yeah. And then he just obviously won HOH, which is.
Oh my God.
I've been waiting for this.
I will say, like, at least we're getting some interesting things in the back half of the game because it can go one of two ways. It can get really wild like this, or it can just slow down to a screeching halt and you just know who's going to win.
Totally.
And it gets so boring. And at least it has not been boring.
No. Honestly, after the first few episodes of this season, you and I are both like, are we going to keep watching this? Because this is so bad.
And so bad. It's like everybody's sitting home, their own allies. Nothing they're doing makes any sense. Nobody's playing self-interested. It's just stupid. Like, why am I wasting my time
No one is being loyal to their alliances.
at all?
Nobody's making moves. It was just like, what the fuck are we watching? And now I mean, I still think it's kind of crazy because none of these people are really playing normally, but it's a mess and it's a really fun mess to watch fall apart.
It is so funny.
I will admit that I really liked watching not Vince, Keanu tell Vince like why he was putting him on the block because it has been frustrating to seemingly watch Keanu just like bend over for Vince and like trust him and trust him and trust him after Vince has like fucked him over again and again and again.
And again, like, yeah, no, wild to me. It's also so frustrating. This is a moment where I think Keanu has so much internalized misogyny that it is like, and not, I don't think he's aware of it because it's hurting his game too. He wants to trust Rachel. He's listening to what Rachel is telling him and just, it's like cognitive dissonance. He's like, it's not lining up though with what Vince is saying. And he's like, but I want to believe you. And I do believe you, but I also believe Vince. And it's like, damn, it's taken so much for Keanu to finally realize, like, you can't trust Vince. Like, way too much.
So much.
Too much. Like, Keanu, hello, what are you doing?
I mean, at least he finally got there. I'm glad that Vince isn't running Keanu's HOH.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I was worried that Keanu would just continue to blindly trust him and be manipulated by him.
Oh my God. Oh. Yeah. I mean, at least we're finally, I don't know. Keanu's running out of runway to like make bad decisions. So we'll see.
We'll see.
But it's been good. I have been really enjoying it.
I loved the wine poison veto.
Yeah, I want to know how they got that to work because the wine itself wasn't fizzy and it didn't turn fizzy until it hit their mouths. That's such a cool mechanism. What is that? That was that was so fun.
It was fun.
And that was a new comp. And like that's not physical. That's all just like strategy and like how to read other people.
Yes.
So good. Yeah, Kelly's death made me laugh. Tongue hanging out the wrong way.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that new competition. I don't think we talked about the wall.
Morgan should have died on the wall before she came off the wall. And she was literally one of the first people off.
I know, I was so underwhelmed by that.
I stayed up late and everything to watch it and was like, wow, I'm disappointed in all of you. This was not worth losing the sleep that I lost.
That is fair.
Ugh,
She was off the wall so fast.
so fast. I think that was a bad grip. Dude, if you ever go on that, I do think that over the shoulder grip or like Vince's where he wasn't even like holding on, he just kind of like leveraged his hands up in there so that he didn't even have to tax his grip.
Or mixing it up.
Yeah, don't blow up your grip strength.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. That was a disappointment. I was so surprised. Ashley seemed like she was not going to do well. Like from the get-go, she immediately was like moaning and complaining about how bad it hurt. And like, I was like, girl, this is going to be rough for you. I think we're only like 2 minutes in. And she, I think, stayed up longer than Morgan.
No. Didn't Ava stay up longer than Morgan?
Yeah. Maybe Ashley and Will were the first ones to come down, but then I swear it was like Morgan, then Mickey, then Ava. It was wild, like so unexpected. And I kind of feel bad for Keanu because like being shaped the way that he is, he's so strong, but the wall is just not designed for people that have a booty.
Nope. And he is the butler.
The butler. Oh my God. Vince's egg. I'm never going to get over that. I Googled and Googled and Googled to try and find that egg costume. I was willing to spend a lot of money to get that, and I couldn't find it.
You might just need to give this challenge to your husband to make you one.
Yes. We'll see how he can do. But the butler, yeah, poor Keanu. Even without that attachment, that man is got muscle. So the wall was never going to be. I wanted him to win in that moment, but that was just not, that's not a competition built for big people.
I'm so glad Catherine didn't win, though.
Me too. I knew though. So the episode, they wrap up and she's standing there and it's zooming in on her. And I was like, Saul, she's pissed.
Oh, yeah.
So pissed. She's going to win this just out of like sheer spite. And I was watching and I was like, damn, she might. She came in second.
Yeah. No, I really was like, I don't know what's going to happen here.
Rachel would have absolutely gone home.
Yeah.
She's so lucky that.
Well, Rachel or Vince.
Yep.
One of the two.
Yeah. Oh my God. Vince is such a weasel. I love it. It's so good. Oh my God. Yeah. The wall comp. What else? These people aren't very good at memory stuff either. Like Otev.
Oh, no.
That's supposed to be going on for a lot longer than 3 or 2 rounds.
Yeah, between last year and this year.
Like, so
I feel like
disappointing.
we've been cheated.
We have been. What are these players doing? Study, please.
I'm so frustrated with the lack of theme this year.
Yeah, the theme has been wild. But this is always BB. I feel like last year with Janky was like the most consistent they've been on something.
Well,
and even
Ainsley.
Yeah.
Like last year, I felt very, and I actually am going to disagree. Even 25, where they had that, it was like the fear theme, and then I don't know, it was like,
I have no memory for this. I'm sorry. I'm the worst at remembering things like this.
it was like a horror thing, a superhero thing, and
Oh, yeah, kind of like a movie or like comic book.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know, but I feel like that carried through the entire game, and it also was a part of the twists, and,
Right,
like,
because they had the
part
Demogorgon.
of- Mhm.
Oh, yeah. There were some scary ones. I don't know if I would have been able.
And that's why Cam and Cerie's son came back as zombies.
That's right. That was very fun.
So and then obviously at the Ainsley and Janky's world, and we started out with this weird ass mystery hotel theme,
Which had so much potential.
and then it was like, oh wait, there's a
Mastermind.
There's a mastermind
who, by the way, is just like gone. MIA.
but he's coming back now, and it's like, why hasn't he just been a part of the whole show?
Yeah. Well, and like the costumes have been really good this season, but then the consistent theme throughout has just been, they lost the plot a little.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it's not influencing the game like it normally does.
No, it is in fact very embarrassing sometimes to be a Big Brother fan. Because then when you like watch the show, it's like it's geared towards like kids in some aspects of like the sort of silly humor,
Like the camp of
the
it.
camp of it. They just because I think if they could be consistent with a theme throughout, you could maybe let some of the like embarrassing parts go, but they can't even do that. It's sort of like, no, they're just bad at this.
Yeah, and I don't know. That's frustrating me this season. It just feels sloppy. It doesn't feel thought out. There has been hardly any punishments.
Yeah, and I guess they're kind of letting the have-nots get away with quite a bit. And it's like, then can we just not have have-nots?
Yeah, what's
because
the
listening to
point?
people whine about it is way just like, no thanks.
I don't know.
Yeah, the punishments. I do think the egg and the butler were really fun.
They were fun.
Rachel's and
but I
Zach's.
want more of that.
Totally. Rachel and Zach having to do that heist was so good.
Yes.
I loved that. And I loved that Vince sat out there as the egg detective trying to like catch them. And then when they foiled him, it was all so funny. Like that was very good. Yeah. Welcome to Big Brother. Big Brother giveth and Big Brother taketh. And sometimes you just have to roll with the fact that you're just not getting anything.
Well, I'm feeling a little disappointed, Big Brother.
Yeah. I think they know. I don't think we're the only people bringing this up. But I mean, I'm very excited for the rest of the season. Hopefully, knock on wood. I don't want to jinx it. Everything could go south tomorrow and the game could be over, but I don't think it will.
No, I think we got some good game left in us.
Yeah.
And I think the show is just, as the season goes on, the mess is just increasing, and I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
Well, because Vince can't keep playing. Keanu, I thought that he was playing the middle, but was absolutely not playing the middle. And Rachel's like, Keanu, we're at the bottom. You think you're in the middle, but we're not.
We're not.
Vince was actually pretty successfully in the middle,
Yeah.
but it's catching up with him. He cannot keep doing this. It is like Keanu's onto him. Lauren's going to stop.
Kelly's onto him.
Yeah, Kelly does not want anything to do with Vince at this point.
Vince's game is unraveling.
It is. And if he doesn't figure out how to get his shit together, I don't think Vince can get very far.
No, I agree.
Yeah. So
I think he could still save it if he made the right moves.
Yeah.
Because I still think he's well liked as a person.
Yes, but I don't know that he could be so good because I think his mirroring when he's on it is really good. And he can like connect with people, but he's becoming a little too self-interested and whiny and also not doing a very good job managing his relationships at this point.
Well, yeah, and now everyone feels burned by him and knows that they can't trust him. So he's going to have to actually commit to an alliance and stick to it.
Oh, yeah. And even more awkward, the house guests have started to clock his and Morgan's time together. Ava's time in hugs. And that also never bodes well. I know.
Oh my gosh.
You guys, I don't know if this. So Vince goes in and says that his girlfriend has given him permission to do whatever it takes to win. But that's very rarely does that also include like a showmance or flirting. Like you have to really talk that stuff out. And you know, there are relationships where people can do that. I think that that can work for people. It's not to say that that can't be a strategy, but his girlfriend's, I'm pretty sure, not on board with this. Like that was not discussed. And I do think that Vince comes out of this house down a 7-year relationship.
Well, I heard his girlfriend like came out publicly and says that this was not discussed and that she doesn't support what's happening. And
yeah, there had been a comment on his Instagram page. She also abandoned his Instagram page. She like opened the comments up and just took off from it, which is always like never good when your Instagram manager, who is also your girlfriend, bails on you.
No.
But she had said, and like I said, I don't know if this is in response to specifically what's happening or if somebody had asked the question of like, how is this working? But she was like, we discussed boundaries at length before he left, and flirting as a strategy was not on the table. And he's definitely flirting.
He's definitely flirting. And I'm a little frustrated in how much validation Morgan seemingly needs from men to
Yes, it's such
feel relevant or feel like she's doing well in the game, because we saw her be obsessed with Zach, which was, I think Zach cared about Morgan as a friend, but he was obviously into Lauren.
Yep.
And then as soon as Zach's out, now we have, what did you call their relationship?
Vorgan,
which sounds like a scary monster in a book. But now we have Vorgan, and it's like, so as soon as Zach's out, she needs to get attention from another guy.
Yeah, and that's always so disappointing because it's like Morgan is so beautiful, so smart, clearly is very interested in playing the game and has a good head for it. And then is just blowing up her spot for Vince. And I was like,
dude, he's
in
a relationship and he's not worth it.
No, not at all. And I mean, people do find the loves of their lives in this house, but somebody who has been with their girlfriend for 7 years, and
that's so not good.
No, it's like a red flag because, man, if he's willing to do that for you, I don't know. It's bad. It's not great. I'm disappointed in Morgan, and I think she's going to be kind of embarrassed when she comes out of the house.
Well, she should, and so should he.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if Vince doesn't win, Vince might be up for loser of the year. And that's saying something. Because I think that there are a lot of contenders out here right now. But Vince, he's given me the ick. Even though I'm enjoying him on my television. So, anything else about Big Brother you wanted to?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, should we move on to Bachelor in Paradise? Another game where people are very bad at strategy?
Well, in their defense, they didn't know they were playing a strategy game.
Yeah.
What was your take on Sean's attempt at Parliament of Paradise.
Parliament of Paradise. God, Sean is such a pretentious asshole. I didn't love it. And I am so surprised that he was surprised that that got him into trouble. Like, my dude, if you're going to go around and talk shit about couples to other couples, like, that's not going to be well received.
On the one hand, I didn't think it was bad he was talking strategy, but what you don't do is you don't just go around to everyone and say, "This is our alliance, this is what we're doing, and this is how it's going to work." You need people to kind of like buy into the alliance
Yeah, you
before
don't.
you start talking strategy with them.
Yeah, you don't just tell people what to do and then run off to the next couple and tell them what to do and then be like, meet in 30.
And also, like, my dad's a politician, so I know stuff.
Ugh. No, you don't. You
I
don't know
love that
anything.
Andrew just took a nap through the meeting, and then when Spencer got home from his date, he was like, "Yeah, Sean was, like, trying to get me to be in alliance with him and vote you off."
Yeah, and just fully, oh, it was so good. I also thought their exit was just so smarmy.
Yeah, Alicia, I don't know.
I really did not think that Kat deserved the heat that she got. I was like, oh, really? You guys are just going to blame this on Kat now? Like, get out of here. Kat has a lot of things wrong, but I don't think in this instant, Kat's wrong.
Agreed.
Yeah. So good riddance. Goodbye. Um, I did. What did you think? I loved the buried treasure
I thought
thing.
that was really funny. I wish their walkie-talkies worked a little bit better.
Yeah, there were clearly some technical issues there.
Yeah, because I was like, "What are we doing? We're giving away $500,000, but we can't afford slightly better walkie-talkies?"
Yeah, nobody measured the distance from the furthest point, like to
I
make
don't
sure
know.
that that was all working.
I was like, "Why are we having such major communication issues?" But,
Yeah,
Kathy drinking in
I know
the
that they gave her the bottle of whiskey to go in there with her. Here you go.
I think that was a fun challenge, and it was obvious, like, people could do it, and
Yeah,
so I think it showed some interesting communication skills. Some of these challenges I've been like, "Meh," but I thought that one was an entertaining one.
yeah. What did you think of the camping? That was the next up. That was this week's episode.
Okay, I have a lot of thoughts on the camping one. On the one hand, I do think making people set up a camp with intentionally broken stuff is a funny
Oh yeah,
relationship test. On the other hand, I did not like the twist of the therapist watching them and then assessing their relationship and then talking to them about it because I didn't agree with a lot of her points. I don't really quite understand why Kat and Dale won the challenge.
yeah. Because actually, Dale seemed like really frazzled by the whole thing and just sort of like was a moment away from exploding. Honestly,
But I also think that like Kat should, even though she's afraid, practice some self-regulating things. And it's like, so because Kat freaked out the most and Dale didn't freak out back, they won the challenge. I also thought it was super weird. I also thought it was super weird that the therapist told Alex and Andrew that they didn't have chemistry. And that she defined chemistry as just like wanting to have sex with each other because one, I think they do have chemistry. I don't think it's maybe like the predictable form of chemistry, but I think that they're really like silly around each other and like giddy
yeah.
around each other and kind of in like this giggly, like, oh my God, I like you so much phase. And I also don't think that chemistry is just about wanting to have sex with someone.
No, and I was kind of annoyed. I mean, I'm not here to stand Bailey and Jeremy at all, but I thought that her whole thing of like, well, Jeremy wants to travel to Peru and sleep on the floor, and Bailey wants to live a life of luxury. It's like, okay, well, those two things, like, people can want to experience vacations differently, and that can be
Totally.
completely fine. And there's compromise and all of that. Like, having two different viewpoints on that does not like immediately negate an ability to have a healthy relationship.
Yeah. And I'm glad that Jeremy stood up for them in that regards. And he was like, I don't expect her to camp. Um, And also, for the record, Jeremy sleeping on the floor in Guatemala or whatever, and Jeremy doesn't camp. Like he was like, I've slept in a tent once. I'm like, this man isn't constantly living his life about around going in the outdoors and mountaineering and backpacking.
No, he's got driving his whatever sports car that
Yeah.
was and doing all of his stuff. Like once or twice a year, yeah, that guy might go have a guy's trip, but he'll be okay without Bailey for a minute. Like,
Yeah, I was like, this is not define him as a human.
no, no. I'm with you. I didn't love her takes. I didn't find them to be very useful or even, I don't know. They just didn't fit.
What did you think of the camping date?
I thought it was so funny. I did enjoy it, like,
I
as
did
sort of a
too.
test, like, I'm with you. I thought that was great.
Because we all know what those things feel like in a relationship, right?
Oh my
When
god.
you're setting up something and everything's going wrong and
Yep, and you just have to kind of make it work. And I do feel like, honestly, everybody rose to the occasion.
I think
They
so
all
too.
did such a good job. Kathy and Keith having that conversation was really tender about him
Yeah.
missing his girls and, that Kathy's a beautiful woman and her talking about how great of a human being Keith is. Like, I loved that. And also, it did seem like Bailey and Jeremy were, once they got it all set up, were totally good. And Leah and
Jonathan.
Jonathan had a good time. Like, everybody was good. Except for Kat, who was losing it over the bugs.
Okay, what did you think of Kat's response to the bugs?
Well, especially at like dinner when she was like smacking everybody with the thing, like, excuse yourself. If you can't sit there comfortably in that situation without like assaulting the people next to you, you need to not be at that dinner. Like, leave.
Yeah, go inside.
You're not okay. Do not make it other people's problems.
I don't want to belittle an actual like a little legitimate fear, you know. I understand her reaction in a sense, but I also feel like but you're still on TV and you're still in a setting with people and you still have to think about how your experience is impacting other people's experience.
Yeah, and you went to Costa Rica, which is a jungle, and you're doing it in the summer. And well, I don't know. Is Costa Rica far enough that we're kind of hitting winter time down there? I don't know. I'm not great at geography. Anyway, regardless, she knows there's bugs.
I think there's bugs year round in Costa Rica.
Oh yeah. It's a humid place. When you're in the jungle, I'm
Bugs.
I'm sure there's seasons, but you're right. It's just always going to be buggy. They love it there. That's great. That's like, yeah.
I don't know. I just found her response it was very overwhelming for me.
It was me too. I was not having it. Like, yeah, sit down, take a deep breath. Knock it off.
Yeah, I don't know. Like we all have struggles, we all have fears, but I don't get to respond that way.
No, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that was a lot. I'm trying to think. Oh, what did you think about the backstab challenge?
Oh yeah, that was interesting. I thought that was a fun one.
I did too.
Um,
Alex was so uncomfortable with it.
yeah. Yeah. I kind of like it. The dynamics that they're creating, I do think it's been really fun. I think that there's some wrinkles to work out. I
Yeah.
think the pacing hasn't been particularly great because I do feel like we needed more time for them to mingle and like really make connections or for things to get messy and then have like maybe an episode or two of this rather than half the season.
Yeah.
But I'm liking it.
Juliet and Callie talk about this on Bachelor Party podcast, but I really agree. I think that the pacing with the rose ceremony makes no sense now. Like, I don't understand why we know these couples are committed to each other, and so like, why are we even doing a rose ceremony? I think that part of the show needs to be worked out. Like, I don't like the voting via the iPad.
Yeah.
I think that it could just be like we know which couples are staying. They vote for the people that they want to go, and then I don't know. The ceremony just needs to change.
Yeah, and maybe next season they'll change stuff up a little bit based on kind of how this went. So I appreciate that they're experimenting, that they're trying. I just don't know that everything landed, but it's fun.
Yeah.
I think it's brought out the worst in people. It's brought out things that we don't normally see in paradise. So I'm here for it.
Yeah, I think all in all, I would say overall I am happy with the changes.
Me too.
And I think it will get better as they go and learn things.
I think so too. I think especially just knowing, not knowing, but seeing the changes that they've already made and how much effort. I see why, because I think you had told me that the producers had said that they were really proud of this season, or that, I don't know how shows work, who does it, but the people who are responsible for the final product of the show are proud of it, and I see why they are.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense to me. I too would be proud of this, especially coming from OG Paradise. It's headed in a good direction.
I agree. Um, so next week we are sending 2 couples home. We are fairly certain Kathy and Keith will be one of them.
Well, I think it's the season finale.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then who do you think will be the next couple? Because then it'll be 3 couples going into the finale.
So Jonathan and Leia left.
Yep. So we have Andrew and Alex, Jeremy and Bailey, Jess and Spencer, Kat and Dale, and then Keith and Kathy.
Well, Keith and Kathy are gonna go. I don't know. I kind of want Kat and Dale to go next too, just because like I do not see this working.
No.
Like, it's fine for Paradise. Like, this is working for them, but I don't. There's no way this works outside of Paradise.
There's been rumors that Kat has had a boyfriend the entire time.
I heard that.
And allegedly.
Allegedly.
I don't know if that's true or not, but
This is a podcast of opinions. Nothing we say should be taken seriously at all. Fact check everything.
but I also just don't think that they would be a healthy couple.
Ew, no. They've not displayed any real good patterns of behavior.
Even though I think it's super fast and I don't know if it will last the test of time, I think Alex and Andrew are so cute.
I actually do too. I really like them together. I think that Jess and Spencer clearly, I don't know, they kind of had that tense conversation where she was like not sure that she wanted to move at that speed, and he's ready. And I was like, whoa, that is like not on either one of them, but just sort of like a relationship red flag of like, whoa, okay, you guys are not on the same page. But I'm with you. I do feel like Alex and Spencer seem really goofy. They're having fun. They just really like being around each other. And that's such a good way to start a relationship.
I agree.
So I hope they make it far. I don't know that they will.
I know. I just thought, like, when the therapist was pointing out, in that moment she was telling you how she wanted you to kiss her and you weren't listening. Like, I actually found that whole scene really cute because I think it's a good sign if you're comfortable enough with each other at that point that you can like laugh and giggle about like, why did you lead with your tongue? Like, wouldn't you kiss like this and like have a whole conversation around it instead of just kissing him and being like internally like, wow, that was weird. I would want something different and not saying anything.
Right, because without communicating that kind of stuff, good luck finding the right person that kisses you exactly how you want to be kissed. Like, you do have to talk about it. You do have to be able to laugh about it. And they're doing that.
It just seems like they can be themselves around each other. And I think that's cute.
Totally. And Alex, they were literally just goofing around, having like killing time, because here they are camping in the middle of a horse shit infested campsite with flies everywhere. And they're talking about sharing kisses. Like, that's great.
It was great.
That was such a good way to spend their time. Yeah. I don't know. What are you thinking? How do you see this ending?
I hope Kat and Dale go home too. I guess out of the 3 remaining couples, I hope Alex and Andrew win because I don't dislike Spencer and Jess, but I just they're just vanilla.
But you know what's such a bummer? That's what that's what this franchise is all about. That vanilla love of like, this is how you do it. You fall in love, get married, have kids, and just be smitten with each other in like a really boring kind of way.
To be clear, I want Jess and Spencer to win over Jeremy and Bailey.
Oh my God, yes, please. If Bailey and Bailey and Jeremy win, I will riot. I hate that man.
Yeah, and it sucks that I can't root for Bailey, but I'm also
Yeah,
a
I'm
little
so sad for Bailey.
concerned. Well, I'm also a little concerned about how she's showing up in the relationship by, like, going up to him and saying, "How are you voting? Do you want me to vote with you?" I don't know. She's so submissive, seemingly submissive to him.
Right, and this is all in response to what we have been shown of, like, his tantrum, him being controlling, like, there have been some major red flags with Jeremy, and yeah, Bailey's response to it doesn't feel good.
Yeah, like on the night that they were doing the rendezvous, her going in and checking in with him, it just feels like not a healthy relationship dynamic. And so, even beyond the Susie bullshit, I don't like her with him.
I don't either. I don't yeah, I'm with you. That's a bummer because I think Bailey is great.
I do too. But I don't think she's her best self in this relationship.
No. After just, like, defending the whole camping luxury situation, even that aside, like, it just doesn't seem like this is the right move. So I hope they don't win for her sake. I as boring as it is, I have to believe that it's gonna be Jess and Spencer, even though I'm with you and I want it to be Alex and why can I never remember?
Andrew.
Andrew. Damn.
I don't know.
Andrew, Spencer, Jeremy. So, like, the most basic guy names. I should be able to do this.
I don't know if you've been listening to Everything Iconic, Danny Pellegrino cover the Valley, but he has ranted multiple times about how many J names there are in the Valley cast. And I didn't notice until he listed them off. But Janet, Jason, Jasmine, Jesse, uh, Jax.
Jax. Oh my god, yeah, it's like half the cast.
Yeah. That was so funny.
Oh, no, I'm in the throes of Big Brother season, and so basically every day I'm listening to, like, live feed podcasts, and then now that school started, I am just doing schoolwork. I am excited for Big Brother to wrap up so I have time for other podcasts. So,
It was just a funny moment since we were talking about remembering names.
dang, Danny Pellegrino, I also always forget, and his book was so good. You bought us each a copy. I loved that. I needed that. His humor, just like, and he's got a podcast. What am I doing not listening to that?
That was the only reason I could keep watching The Valley.
I knew there was a reason and I couldn't remember it. That was it. I raw dogged that whole season.
It's like I'm watching this bullshit so I can listen to Danny Pellegrino talk about it. I also liked listening to Rachel Lindsay talk about it on the Ringer podcast.
Oh, yeah. I don't know that I can get.
Oh, I think it's a Spotify.
Yeah, that's part of my issue is I don't have Spotify. So I kind of like, there are just some podcasts that I miss out on.
But you know what? Every once in a while, there's something about, Rachel Lindsay is just a woman that I really admire. And I think she's super smart and super capable. And I'm like, the fact that this woman is smart and capable and also podcasting about reality TV makes me feel better about doing it.
Hello. Have you not seen Seth Rogen reenact Sheena and Kristen and Miami Girl?
No.
If Seth Rogen is talking about the Valley and watches it religiously and is acting out scenes with Rose Byrne, we're fine.
You guys, it's just special sometimes, all right?
Yeah.
And also, so many famous people are into reality television.
Yeah. I think it's great. It's a good time. And you're right. Rachel is so smart. Like, I don't know. Everybody can have their things that they enjoy.
I think sometimes dating, when you put your interests out there, and
Oh,
I put
yeah.
on my dating profile reality TV as something that I geek out on because I feel like it's a little taboo or
People are so
people are
shitty.
so judgy about it.
Even not dating, I'll tell people that I do that and they're like, ew, garbage. It's like, okay, cool. Well, tell me all about your hobbies and let me judge them harshly, please. But the thing is I would never. And so it's surprising
Exactly.
to me that people have sort of the nerve to like just say whatever they think to my face about reality TV, like very uncritically. Like if somebody wanted to sit down and have a conversation with me about it, let's talk. But nobody's wanting to talk. It's just ew.
No, they just want
It's
to
just
like
judgment. They're better. whatever. And like, okay, well, cool. You go ahead and have that opinion.
Exactly.
I can't imagine having to deal with that in like a dating setting.
That's why I put on my profiles, because I'm like, I'm not going to explain myself. Take it or leave it.
Hell yeah. I love that. Be authentically you.
I am, which is probably why my dating life sucks.
If it's because you're being honest about reality TV, you're just weeding out losers fast. So at least you've got that. Because like nobody should honestly judge somebody for,
I
something.
don't need a partner to watch it with me, but it would be nice to have someone that would occasionally sit down and be mildly entertained by it.
Oh yeah. Saul has to listen to the updates on Big Brother and does. So
Just
yeah,
someone who's like
a little
occasionally
invested.
a willing participant.
For sure. It goes a long way.
And it's like, wait, what happened with Sheena? Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
Investment in things that you're interested in.
because they care about you, so inherently they care about that thing.
Yeah. I think people who don't want to engage with reality TV and aren't willing to have a conversation about it, they need to do some self-reflection.
Yeah.
Like, why are you so quick?
About you?
Yeah. Why are you so quick to judge? Think about that.
Don't yuck my yum.
Yeah. Rude. We don't do that here. So, boo.
All right.
Presumably, if you've gotten this far, you like reality TV. So, thank you.
Thank you. We love you.
We're so grateful. And we'll see you next time.
Okay. Bye.
Drama Bonded is produced and hosted by Jessica Brumbaugh and Mandy Booth. Graphic designer is Pigeon House. Special thanks to everybody who has downloaded and listened to us. We are so, so grateful for your support. Thank you.